Inter-chukka. If you've only just joined us, a very offensively minded mindset here of both teams. Jeff Hildebrand, Mackenzie Weisz, Tommy Panelo, and Juan Nero. They're the boys in green. For Travieso, Calle, Vercellino, Juan Zubia, and Fred Mannix. And as I say, both teams totaling 26 goals. And the first chukka, Dale, very, very clean.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, there weren't a foul. There was only one safety. Yeah, and you know what? Remember our game this morning? I commend the teams and the players this year in the World Polo League. They have really kept each other off the line, and you don't want to do that. You need to keep teams off the line. I mean, these center hits, okay. We're going to get a penalty here, penalty 5B from the center. But, anything around that 20-yard area, that gray area, they're moving to the 4s and 3s and 2s. They've been moving the ball, and the teams have just figured out really well, just keeping it clean and keeping each other off the line with these guys. These guys such good. Nero good on hitting the penalty. So it's going to be Mannix here, and I'd like to give a big shout out to Fred Mannix Sr. in Palm Desert watching. Fred, we love you, my man. Fish Creek was his team back in the day. He watches all of our games on CTV Sports. Welcome, Fred. Good luck today.
Indeed, and we wish that, of course, to both teams. As look at this. This could be a broken play. Calle going for the under the neck. It did not get a clean piece on that ball. As Zubia comes in to try and pick up the broken play, working it around the outside of all the traffic. Just a little touch. Thought we might have had a whistle there, but this is the World Polo League. That window a little bit smaller. The umpires being as lenient as they can, because the idea, of course, is to promote.
No danger, no foul, yeah.
Exactly.
First one to the ball, baby.
Exactly.
Come on, 26-goal style.
And again, Calle, I'm liking this. But at the moment, it seems very, very difficult to get through that last line of defense here from Tonkawa. Once again, standing very solid. Well, no wonder when you've got Mr. Juan Nero, the, as you like to call him, the Secretary of Defense, doing, as he always does, a great job. So maybe from distance, here comes one of those distance shots.
Okay, golazo.
Well done.
Yeah, man, Zubia.
Picking up. Yes.
What a shot here by Juan. But watch Zubia. This is just he actually was going to meet that ball, and he would have been moving. It actually might have worked a little better for him. Gave him some time, and then the space just opened right there. Knowing that he's got Mackenzie and Tomas on the right and the left, why not shoot it? And at 9 goals, as we know, this is one of our. I think going to be one of our next 10 goals.
Absolutely.
Playing well, playing a lot of his horses too from the Amizeta breeding operation, which is his in Argentina. Beautiful horses.
Yeah, he will leave this one for Mannix. So you see again the 2 red bandages on his pony. That's the best way to separate those 2 players, because they do look very, very similar with the white helmet. And there is Zubia, very active here this afternoon. Clearly, he also very much wanting that second win for Travieso. Finds a little bit of space, and we know how dangerous he is from also a distance, and that seems to be the remedy here if you want to try and get past that line or through that last line of defense by Tonkawa. This ball just running out of Polo field, going over the back line, so that seems to be the way forward.
Amazing that as many plays and passes and turns that happened in that first 3 minutes, Jan. Not one foul in there. No. Everybody was going for it. They were like back and forth, and I mean, I was watching on the drone footage also. Our camera videographer is doing a fantastic job this season, 2025. A big shout out to them.
The entire crew been.
Yeah, they've been fantastic, man. They've been handling a lot of games out there and being very safe about it too.
Look at this, a 3-goaler taking on a 10-goaler. Tony Calle, if he can pick up a goal here, that will be a goal he will remember. Oh, he just put it wide.
Oh man. Tony would like to get this back.
Yes.
Because I know Tony Yippee-ki-yay, we called it. We're got to give love to Carolyn.
Yeah, we do.
I know you're tuned in, Carolyn. You got to bring that energy right now. So, little tough shot there. That's, of course, Tony Calle's grandmother. Watches CTV Sports all the time. One of our biggest fans, Jan. Love her. Good luck today, Carolyn. We're going to get a timeout here, courtesy change. Good shot of Tomas Panelo. And... yeah, I mean, I tossed this game up when we tried to break it down. It's these teams, I love this. Well, today, just seeing 4 26-goal teams against each other really matched up really well. I mean, we saw the 21-goal team, and they had to get the 5 goals. They held in there, but that boy, Casablanca, is tuned up, I think.
I was just going to say, they're dialed in.
They're dialed in. The horses look great.
Yeah.
The rotation's amazing. They're working for each other. The communication. Sapo sent me a message. I talked to him a little bit. I just sent a message back. Hey, man, team's going great. I mean, they're just really working well together. So it's going to be interesting when you see your team get to the finals this year. Looking forward to it.
Indeed, and that reminds me to tell you that we already touched on the Sunset Chukkas and cocktails tomorrow, as always on a Tuesday, Grand Champions Polo Club Field number 1. Be great to welcome you there. And then on Thursday the 17th of April, the action continues here in the World Polo League's Triple Crown of Polo, where we have Tonkawa, who are out there this afternoon taking on, and we just touched on them, Casablanca. That should be another cracking game. That will be coming on your screens at 11 o'clock. Field yet to be allocated. So again, go to gcpolo.com for regular updates on where that might take place. And Dale, you were talking earlier on about the up-and-coming spring season.
Yeah, spring season it's going to go to begins for the opener in 2 weeks, April 25th to 27th.
Right.
And runs through May. And what's going to be a lot of fun, Jan, is we have another highlight of the spring season in April 26th, the World Polo League Polo Pride Music Fest.
Wow.
3 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Right.
And it'll be featuring polo games to DJ sets. And tell me about the DJs.
Well, as you know, I'm a big lover of the music, but some of these names, and I do apologize, they're not that familiar with me, but I'm sure they are very good at what they do. We've got Eliad Cohen, who I think is a pretty big name out there. Then we have Naeem Zazur and Michael Navarro. And as you said, Dale, this event is in celebration of the LGBTQ representation in the sport of polo, which I think is a great thing we're doing here.
You got it. And you know what? We'll get back to this. I'm gonna make sure I get back to this today. Tell me where you can get tickets, everything about it, but let's go back to the field.
Well, 3 minutes left to play here in Chukka number 2. Just the 1 goal so far, coming on the account of Juan Martin Zubia, who so far I think has been one of the strongest players out there from all 8 players. And Tonkawa still have a little bit of work to do, but you know what they say, still waters run deep. And Tonkawa, I'm sure, will have a game plan, but this is exactly what I was talking about. Travieso not only standing very, very deep, and this time it's the turn of the man from the Great White North, and you give him a yard, he'll take you for a country mile. There he is, Mr. Fred Mannix, picking up his first.
Yeah, and this is my favorite play. I like when Fred comes forward. He can play any position. We watched him play the two position this year in the World Polo League. He played in the back position on this team. They play a complete rotation, and so those opportunities are going to come. And when they come, they got to get it done. A lot of opportunities they've had. So the Green Machine here, Tonkawa, they need to watch out because they've had a few. They've knocked it about 4 times.
Back to the halfway line, 4 goals to 1, a little under 2 minutes remaining here in Chukka number 2, and he's on the move again. Juan Martin Zubia, again on a beautiful pony, under the neck. Monster shot up to the front door, intended there to lay it up for Calle. Calle being beaten to it by, well, no harm and no shame in that, Juan Martin Nero. But look at this, Calle coming back, sticking with his man. I like this. That really is tenacity and endurance, and he's also one of those hungry young players, always striving to do better and improve himself from match to match.
Yeah, we got a whistle here on this play, so we'll get a little replay here. It's kind of back and forth, back shot across the center. Let's see it come together right there, and that's coming in from behind.
Yeah.
So Mackenzie's going to get there a little bit before Zubia. Riding in from behind will be the call. Penalty 5A.
Quickly taken by Juan Martin Nero. Initially, I thought he might play that to the left. No, he's going to send everybody on a bit of a wild goose chase. Plays it out to the right. Now looking for the other 10-goaler and or possibly Jeff Hildebrand. Good first touch from him. He's got Mannix sticking to him there. Slightly overridden that second touch.
Smart play there by Fred.
Very smart play.
Very smart play to pull out of that play. It was kind of a dicey play. It looked like Jeff did have a lesser angle. Good read.
Very good read, but that's what makes Fred so unique. You know, I sometimes think he plays polo like he would play a game of chess. He can anticipate. He's always one step ahead.
His dad was the same way.
Yeah.
Fred Sr., yeah, man. They played the game. And look at this. They're going to get it, though. Going to get a finish.
And, yeah, what a great finish it is. But now the question is, will they make it back in time for another throw? And let's have another look at this.
Panelo.
Yeah.
And there's the hook. But this is a great return by Mackenzie. And this is where Mackenzie's been, just a breath of fresh air, I guess. His rotation and ability at his age and at 6 goals, like you said, he shines like a bright light. He fills the gaps great. And when he gets the opportunities, he's been very successful around the goal. That's going to take us out.
Yep, absolutely clinical. And on that note, we will call it Chukka number 2. So 2-1 Travieso win that one, but I'm sure that will not stay that way for very much longer. So join us when we come back for Chukka number 3.
World Polo League is back.
Welcome back. Once again, a very good afternoon. And look at that beautiful aerial footage here brought to you by one of the best in the business, if not the best. We like to call him Ostentatious, our drone pilot, bringing you these lovely images from the Tonkawa Polo Farm, where we are bringing you the 3rd Chukka in the first half of the World Polo League's Triple Crown of Polo 2025. Dale.
Yeah, you got Stephanie, Jasper, and Nico down there. Also, got Nico and Jasper in the end zone. They do a fantastic job. Guys have been awesome, and that job, is an important job. And of course, Stephanie on the center cam. And as we said, our film crew does a fantastic job. I mean, the replays have been amazing, Jan, and they love what they do.
Not only that, Del, I've had a lot of compliments when I'm out on the field on a Sunday, especially Sunset Chukkas and Cocktails, how much people are enjoying the footage and what great angles that our camera crew are capturing.
Yeah, and it's very important for us for the umpiring too.
Yeah,
working as the IRO, I use all the angles.
Here we go then, 2-4 or 4-2, depending on who you are supporting. Travieso currently in the lead, and the man who has been putting that team on, or setting that team on fire, Juan Zubia. And that has to be said for all the players, and also this young man, Calle. Tony Calle, very hard-working. And also one of those polo players who strives to improve himself. Look at this, a clever little play from Calle. He was looking for Vercellino. Vercellino couldn't quite reach it. He will try and turn it, or try on the turn to put that one with a backhander through.
Oh, I know Pipe, man. He's such a competitor. This works, though. Give and go. Pipe goes in here, and then Juan Martinez, he figured Pipe was just going to go ahead and get it. He could have went back to the offside there, but he was just like, Pipe's going to get it. This is little bad luck. Pipe tries to pull it forward, almost gets it forward, then he gets caught going to the right, and Panelo rides out the line. Good call here by the Mount officials.
So, hang on.
Remember we run this by again. They might go ahead and try to challenge us.
That's what I was thinking.
It's only a 5 going the other way, but we'll see. Maybe they can run that back again just to see if take a look at it. If there's anything that was kind of interesting there, or we have a little break in the action.
Well, it would
Let's see. Let's take a look at it.
We have a horse timer.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at this anyways and see. I mean, that's that right there. He got him on both. I mean, he could be reaching. Listen, in this league, the way they're running there, Mackenzie's he's putting the mal up for it, but probably didn't call that reach. It wasn't that bad of a reach. Everybody's running. Mackenzie comes up behind. Pipe's, even the ball's not by his boot. There's not, for me, if you can't make the hook there, Mackenzie, then you're not really making a play in the 26 hole. So,
yes.
But then he does fall across afterwards. So either or on the calls. But the way they've been playing and the way they let these, I love the way Estevan and Pepe,
yeah.
and I'm sure Gaston is pleased, thrilled with it. The way they called that earlier game, I thought,
yeah.
And if there might, a non-call, if you don't like the non-call, well, some of the non-calls, but, we break all these tapes down. I look at all of them also. We talk all the umpires. So if we think the non-calls are not good, then we readjust. We check with the players, and then we work it out.
Mm-hmm. And away we go here with Tommy Panelo sending one upfield. Looking for and finding Mackenzie Weisz. Always dangerous when he's got the ball. One-touch Polo at its finest. Look at this, right up to the front door. That rotation working very well. Juan Martinez not able to control, but if one Tengola can't count, a second by the name of Tommy Panelo certainly can.
Yeah, and this is just... these guys. Mackenzie feeds everybody. Watch Nero, though. He's going to take it forward here. He misses. He drops it. He flipped that back across, knowing that Tommy was coming. Yeah. 20-goal fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Mackenzie feeding the ball to him. I love that. They play off him really well.
They certainly do.
And Nero, when he played with Pablo with Mackenzie, they actually did a lot of bumping and running for him. So he adds a lot of dynamics to that rotation with the 10 goalers, especially with Jeff pulling the team and then coming back and forth. Well,
that goal has brought them within one goal now of Travieso. Really, there is no time to rest or to get complacent, as Juan Martin Zubia once again will take the initiative, take the ball. Oh, went for a big hit. Panelo didn't think that he was going to miss it. Had to stop, turn, break, or check rather. And away we go with Tonkawa. There's only one player in front of him, and that is Vercellino. Now that rotation working. Has he got the horsepower? Try to play it on the near side, but again, he felt behind him coming Tommy Panelo, and Panelo, that ball's just going to run by itself. What a cracking second goal here from Tommy.
They go the one way, and then they go the bowl in. And again, it's just the magic right here. They work so well together. Look, unselfish Polo by Nero, knowing that Tommy's got the power. Look he makes the hook and leaves it for Nero.
You can't get better.
Hey, let's it's like they got it all. Oh man, the communication level is just amazing. Watch the two 10-goalers wind together like that. It's just brilliant. Brilliant Polo.
Not only that, it's 4-4 apiece. Remember, they left the field at the end of the second chukka with 4-2. We were slightly nervous that Travieso was starting to show signs of running away with it and catching Tonkawa on the back foot, but they've come back very strong here in chukka number 3, getting the equalizer. I'm sure they'll be very happy with the way things are going thus far. And we will have another whistle, or we just had another whistle. And... looks like they're going
to need replay on this one again, because this one could be one that they might challenge. We'll see, because we're in the third chukker, 4 minutes left. It's going to be looks like it's going to be a shot on goal here. So anytime you get a shot on goal, that's a change of the line there. Then Nero's pushing left, and then you get the back shot. So we'll see what they decide here on there, because they're going to take it down for a shot on goal. I'm surprised they didn't challenge this.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look like they held Nero up at all.
No,
Nero,
it didn't.
They hit it and they let him go. Maybe they got to give him one play is what they're saying, because Nero hits it between. I don't know if they run that back again. I don't know. I want to look at it if they could.
Well, Mackenzie Weisz has been very good and very solid, picking up his second goal from the penalty 3 line. So that makes it now 5-4 in favor of Tonkawa. Remember, they were down by 2, now up by 1.
Yeah, Mackenzie very strong from the penalty line. They've been giving him the stick every time, and that's a compliment, man. He should take that home. I saw him, got to talk to him, and said, "Hey, man, congratulations." He used to play a lot of polo with his father, and of course his family plays, grandfather plays. So he's been down. Christian used to work for us. He plays, and the family doing well.
Nice long ball here from Zubia, looking for Mannix. Mannix has got it. Working that rotation again very well. Yeah, you can see him there eyeing up the goal mouth. He has a little bit of traffic coming in from behind. Now he gets a bump as well, but I'm surprised he took that on the chin the way he did. But look at this, Jeff Hildebrand, he will waste no time. We'll be thankful for getting that ball. And away we go with Hildebrand. Top that one ever so slightly. And Mannix, well, you can see he's a man on a mission. Wants it back, gets it back. Now, let's watch this. This should be an interesting run here by the Canadian. Mannix up to the front door, finding Vercellino. Look at this. This is elegance in motion. He's got to be quick, though. There's a challenger coming. And in came Mannix again. And, oh, how unlucky there for Tony Calle, not able to just get the clean shot on that goal or on that shot, on that play.
Yeah, as they push that down. Looks like Fred jumped on another one of his breed, Alberta Victoria. Beautiful looking mare. They came around the corner there, and I'm wondering here, Tony thought that maybe he got fouled on her. They're going to change her. Actually, he's going to get on. He's going to actually get on Alberta. That was Alberta Samwell that he was playing. That's another one of his breeds. He plays a couple different ones. He plays also one from the Pierres, an open breed. One from Pite Merlos. Pite, that's his breed. La Ernita, Pablo's breed. Santa Rita Polo Farm. A lot of different breeds of polo ponies in the World Polo League. Juan Mars got his breed in there.
Well, that whole breeding is becoming such a big part of the game.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did we see a bad horse on the field this year?
No.
We didn't see any horses that were tough to play. Nothing.
No.
I mean,
no.
we know we met with a lot of the players. The courtesy changes just made a
huge.
What a change! And I mean, I wish I played with the courtesy change.
I wish I played with any of these horses.
Yeah. And then you put the breeding in it. Then you put. But what it does is a safety for them.
Yeah.
You know, you're not taking a chance of hurting them more. And just been overwhelming the operations. Oh, well, I want to get on this. Remember, if you want to come to the World Polo League Pride, the tickets are purchased on Eventbrite. Eventbrite. I'll say that a couple times for you. Tickets are $45 for general admission, access to the polo grounds and cash bar, $75 for tailgate. That's cool. Designated tailgate spot. And I love this. $150 VIP, access to the grandstand, open bar, elevated viewing area. Yeah, Frank in the house. I mean, the voice of Polo also, they didn't write that down there. Why didn't you put
No, Dale Joseph Schwitz, I'm with you.
Now, transportation from Miami is available, but that'll be sold separately. So,
of
you
course.
know, we want to take care of our people that are coming in. This is going to be a good time. And we've had a lot of fun. White party this year, over the top, right?
Over the top.
Well done,
Nick and
Grant, Nick and Grant and Natasha.
Yep.
Fantastic job. Just every year. And they take care of so many different charities, and they love it. All right, open goal penalty. I figured they'd get the 2 here. They looked like Tony couldn't take the next shot at what he wanted because they were a little too close. So if it's going to be Pipe with the 2, it looked like Mackenzie was kind of trying to get out of the way. But remember, if he's got to hit that big angle to the neck, you know, he's got to get – it depends where he was coming from. You know, so I like this call.
And that makes it 5 goals apiece. So all of a sudden, we have a real exciting game on. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. Remember, Chukka number 1, 2 goals to 1 in favor of Travieso. And then they picked up another 2, making it 4 goals to 2 at the end of the second Chukka. But here, Chukka number 3, they've made up a lot of lost ground, picking up 3 goals. Vercellino just picking up the equaliser here. So we are in for a treat in the second half, which will be coming up, of course, after this Chukka. But don't go away just too quickly. We will have, as we always do, our halftime stats, which are very, very interesting to read, to break down exactly how many shots have been shot on goal, how many penalties, how many fouls committed, and that can give you a bit of a pointer of an idea the direction that the teams are going in.
They are rocking and rolling right now, Yarn, Frank. I mean, they are moving so quick. It always happens. The minute they change on to after the Kersey change, things go whoop. You know, the level, Paul, this is speed. It makes sense to get on fresh legs like anything. But the teams, they've got it so worked out now. on the rotation of the horses. Let's go back to the action. It's going to be in Walmart.
Plays it out to the left-hand side, and he's found the other 10-goaler once again, Tommy Panelo. This is what we like, the one-touch Polo, and off he goes, Jeff Hildebrand. Now, did he cut across the right-of-way there? Well, it looks like he didn't, because they're allowing him to play on. Jeff Hildebrand on a direct route to goal. Hildebrand puts a bit of a spin on that one.
Oh, overcut. A nice shot, though, Jeff.
Very nice.
I mean, actually, to get the shot that he did was not easy, but he overshot it. He looked, I mean, from my angle, it looked like he was okay. I know they were looking for a foul there. I like the non-call.
Back to the action, and Mannix sends Juan Martin Zubia on his way. The horn will have been sounded down on the field as we speak. But Travieso still have it. Vercellino, can they pick up a cheeky little goal to put them into the lead before they go into the halftime break? Calle, will he go for the cut shot? Here it comes.
And this is, hey, you got to credit is due. Jeff just ran the goal, and now he's making the defensive play. So we're getting that four-player rotation. It's going to be a fun chucker coming up. So make sure we're going to go to our halftime stats. Here we go. They got to be, oh, my Lord, look at this. Travieso, 14. Wow. I felt this. 14 shots more. But then when you go down and you check out the knock-ins, you see that they had 9 knock-ins, Tonkawa, and Travieso only had 1. So better shooting by the Tonkawa team. We'll get them all lined out for you. We're going to take a little break, so let's get a snack. We'll be right back here for the second half of the 2025 World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo.
Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
This place is special because of the unique environment and nature that you have around here.
There's an endless amount of things to do here in Aston Valley, so this is the place to be in the summer.
Great group, you know, it's like a big family. We're all, on the field it's intense, we compete, but off the field we do a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, it's like playing in the Polo heaven. It's perfect.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
Have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
This place is special because of the unique environment and nature that you have around here.
There's an endless amount of things to do here in Aspen Valley, so this is the place to be in the summer.
Great group, it's like a big family. We're all, on the field it's intense, we compete, but off the field we do a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, it's like playing in the Polo heaven. It's perfect.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
Here we go. Second half action. Welcome back. World Polo League Triple Crown of Polo. Game number 5. Tonkawa in the green shirts. Travieso in the white and purple. And after a little bit of an up and down, down and up, we are level at the end of the first 3 Chukkas played. Dale, what do you think the individual coaches will have been telling their teams in the tents?
Yeah, I mean, this has been a great game. I mean, each team has used so many different styles. Like you said, it's a chess game at 25 to 36 miles an hour, pretty much, on the horses. Great goals, great give and goes. I mean, fantastic polo. We've seen some amazing plays. They work it. It's just a full 4-player rotation. Sometimes teams play different ways. There's all different ways to play. You can put somebody in the front, somebody in the back, use the middle 2, and then rotate around that way. But more like hockey on horseback today. And clean, both teams. Let's give it up to the teams. Only a penalty 6 and a penalty 2. Well, I mean, actually a safety, and then a penalty 2. So really only 1 goal shot penalty the Tonkawa team gave to Travieso. And then on the other side, Travieso just gave up penalty 3. So very smart polo by both teams, keeping them off the penalty lines. That'll hurt you in the World Polo League. We saw that this morning as they did the same thing. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is the second half. Tonkawa in the green. Jeff Hildebrand on an A-rated, playing number 1. Mackenzie Weisz playing number 2 on 6 goals. Tomas Panelo, 10 goals, playing number 3. Juan Nero playing number 4 on 10 goals, 26 goals. Travieso in the white and purple today. Tony Calle, Yippee Calle, on 3 goals, playing the number 1. Vercellino will play the number 2 on 7 goals. Juan Zubia, who will play the number 3 on 9 goals. And Fred Mannix will play the number 4 on 7 goals. Here we go.
5 apiece, and we'd like to welcome a very, very special lady. Someone who's made the trip all the way from Newburgh, New York. She was also at the stadium yesterday, Dale. She was a great spectator.
She was my nurse. She took care of me this week.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
Well, this is a special shout-out to Jojo. Great to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying the action. And great to have you with us all the way from New York. And that, of course, goes for everyone who is tuning in and joining us here this afternoon. Remember, we're always happy to get any messages, any questions that you may have. So thank you very much for tuning in. And, of course, a warm welcome to everybody down on the field at the Tonkawa farm this afternoon. And this looks like it could be. Yeah, it's going to be cleared. That was Thomas Panelo. Again, he read it so well because he played it perfectly for Juan Nero. And Nero.
Yeah, I love the change of field there. Yeah, and I mean, that you would think is a dangerous play, first of all, because he goes all the way across the goal. But that's how they do it.
That is the World Polo League. Remember, just in case you'd forgotten, this is the highest level of polo played anywhere in the world outside of Argentina. And the brainchild, of course, Melissa Ganzi, who had this vision. And look at that. Another nice finish here by Mr. Tommy.
This is just perfect polo. This starts with the change of field, you call it. Now it's where we were talking about earlier when Nero slams one over, or actually Panelo gets it to Nero. And then Nero finds Mackenzie. And while he finds Mackenzie, the guy who started it gets up in front and gets the finish.
Yep.
Perfect polo.
That really is absolute perfection at its best.
Yeah, that is just, and then you have Jeff right there in the middle, rotating, grabbing a man, doing their clean, dirty work.
So that puts them in the lead. First goal scored here for the Green Machine Tonkawa, and that was goal number 3 by Tommy Panelo. But this young man here, Juan Zubia, who he set that game on fire here for Travieso in the first half. That's a nice little combination from Zubia to Vercellino, and Vercellino to Calle, and he could have maybe taken just a little second or 2 longer.
Yeah, maybe, but I like the shot here. This is, again, perfect polo. Both teams have done a fantastic job using their players, using angles, the chess game, finding open space, and getting opportunities. Now, remember, the Travieso team had way more shots on goal in the first half than Tonkawa, but they went in even. And Tonkawa had a better shooting percentage. They were shooting like 80%, and the Travieso team was shooting about 30% based on the amount of shots. So I just think they got to take their time a little bit. They're getting the shots.
An attempt on shot on goal here from Mannix, just puts it wide. Quickly taken, but there he is. Mannix wants it back, gets it back. Now then, what's he got up his sleeve this time? He needs to get past the number 2, Mackenzie Weisz. Doesn't want to allow too much of a traffic jam to build up. Gives it back to Juan Martin. He's, of course, more than within range. And once again, Juan Nero doing what he does so well. Clears it. But Fred will not let go. Puts that one out of bounds. So they are peppering that goal now. Travieso, no, they do not want to allow Tonkawa to just get overconfident and start running away with it, because that's the way it's been looking, especially if we go back to Chukka number 3. 3-1. Tonkawa won that Chukka. So Travieso just need to keep their wits about them. Back we go then to Juan Nero. Plays it out to the right-hand side. Good touch here from Mackenzie Weisz. And he's found Jeff. Jeff gets a support from Panelo right behind him there. Good backing up. And well done, Tony. Well done, Calle. He's also one of those players who just will keep grafting and working and chipping away at it. And I think he's very much would deserve to pick up a score.
Yeah, no, he works really hard out there, Tony. He's everywhere, as you said. That's why we call him Tony Yippee-ki-yay, because he does do a lot of work, and he's always been like that. Love him at 3 goals. We got great 3-goal players in the World Polo League this year. Grant playing awesome pole at 3. And that's just, this is a pivotal position. 3 goals is a pivotal. This is where 80% of the people get that do a handicap or 2 goals or less. So 3 goals is that pivotal position. They're going to get a change of possession here. That ball's going to bounce out of bounds on the far side, as you can see right here. Esteban Ferrari dropping the ball. We're going to get a courtesy change with 2:52 on it, and like most games, Jan, that are tied up after some brilliant pole in the first half, it goes to a defensive battle.
It does. It does, bearing in mind that they both need a win, so it'll be a defensive battle with an offensive mindset.
Yeah, no, they're trying. They're going for goal. We had that brilliant goal by the Tonkawa team where they actually completely changed the field, which can blow your mind, but it is a big play in the game of polo to change the field, because you got so many players running one way, and if you can get it to your one man, and then Nero, like I said, he found Mackenzie, and it's just unbelievable. Then Travieso comes back, and Juan Zubia, gets his team going, finds P.P. Vercellino with a beautiful pass, and Tony hit it off the post.
Yeah,
I mean, it's,
unlucky.
The master shot. Congratulations to Rory McIlroy winning the.
Yes. Well done.
Well done. Huh?
Well done. He was struggling a little bit,
Well, pressure, energy.
Yep.
He talked about it, and that's a lot that has to do with it. That's why if you think about here, you put that kind of the golf game in play here on a polo field. You think of the energy and the pressure that the adrenaline gets going.
Certainly does, and the players also get going. They're back on the field. At least Tonkawa are all 1, 2, 3, 4 players, and.
This is, keep an eye on this, remember to see here, this is one of, I got right here for Fred. He's on an open Instructora, and this is a mare from the Pierres' breed, the open breed, which is Ellerstina also.
Yep.
So we'll keep an eye on her. Some of the players play different horses from different breeding operations. And we're hitting on all the breeding operations this year because, as Jan said earlier, it is amazing what they've done for the polo world.
Absolutely. Here we go then. We start with 2:50 left on the clock, and look at this rotation working quite well. Well, it did for a brief moment. Pippi Vercellino, again, not shy to take on the 10-goaler. Panelo will tuck in just behind Juan Nero, changing direction again. Calle, Tony will stick with him. Now the layup pass, looking for Panelo, but well defended and well read again by Mr. Mannix. Gets a hook. Ever so slightly, and that's all it takes. As you said, Dale, it's a game of inches very often. And now, Juan Zubia. What can he do here?
He's been playing so good this season. Man. Horses look fantastic, too. His mother and father were in town about a month ago. So big shout-out to them. They're back in Argentina.
As Pippi Vercellino gets the ball, needs to have a bit more horsepower now because he's got Nero behind him. Calle well backed up, couldn't get the bouncing ball. That's unfortunate. Left now for Mackenzie. He couldn't change it. He couldn't control it either. Once again, Mannix, there he is. Fred going up to the front door, wanting to get into a situation, or a position, I should say, where he can open those shoulders, drags the ball with him. Still Mannix, avoids the hook from Panelo. Mannix, the finish. Well done, Fred.
Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that is.
I mean, well,
they should call it.
Open Instructora. She gets around a little bit too. Nice horse. We were talking about her from the Pierre's operation. He looked comfortable in there. Stop and turn and took it in. Took on a bunch of players, but once again, Nero.
Well, they
playing
should call
the hockey goalie.
I was going to say they should call him Juan Martin Nero Fort Knox. There's just no way getting through him or into that. As Mannix will get it again. Sends it back, looking for Zubia and I'm sure he won't mind, Calle, Tony. Now, what will Tony do here? He's on the boards, getting pushed. He's got Zubia behind him. Well done, Tony. Has to switch around on the near side. And again, Dale, so far this
defensive battle.
Yeah,
that's what it's going to be. This whole chukker, and they'll work it out. This is what they're doing. They come out of the halftime, like at a lot of teams, and they got to try to do new plays, new set plays. And you remember, if you have to play 3 chukkers yet after a team, you kind of figure out what they're doing too. So it's going to be fun. What happens in the 5th? Here we go.
Panelo, long ball looking for Jeff Hildebrand. Has he got the power to just try and outrun Zubia? Clearly not. Also, the ball was not in a perfect situation. Vercellino will waste no time to try and control it and work it. And look at this. This is what I like.
This is a great read here by Mackenzie. And something had to happen. I figure the next thing would probably, most time in defensive battles, the next thing is a foul because they're just doing so many plays. I mean, nobody can go anywhere. Watch, there's 1-and-1. Everybody is there working it. Look at this. Good play here. That's a change, quick line change. Bang.
Yeah.
So quick line change. Toughest play in the game for everybody, players, umpires, and fans. But well read by Mackenzie. And also just a little desperation, quick snapshot by Nero, just try to make something happen, get something to happen. It's the Grasitas had that. Carlos and Memo was one of their big plays. Just hit it down there and see what happens, or let's try to put some pressure on them, and maybe the defense makes a mistake. So right there, they're going from defense to offense. They're going to Travieso is going to make a mistake. Looked like that ball was around.
No, we're good.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was around the just outside the 60, so it's going to be an interesting ball placement.
Well, we're going to have a very, very short break as we wait for the players to get back on to the field. So stay with us. Chukka 5 and 6 coming up right after this short break.
If you are in the area, I suggest you make your way to Sunset Chukkas and Cocktail, because this is a fun type polo match. It's where everyone's relaxing, chilling, just having a great time. We have great hors d'oeuvres and a special drink for the day.
Well, as I said, a very short break. Welcome back. Chukka number 5 about to start. Dale, no score from Travieso in that last Chukka, just the one from Tommy Panelo. As you said, a defensive battle.
Yeah, defensive battle. And then just a broken play. And, Zubia came flying through there. He thought he could get out in time. Good read by Mackenzie. You got to go for it. If he gets out the hole there quick enough, but a good call by the Mount officials. Mackenzie's definitely, the way they're calling this game today, that's where you want to be, that close, at least a stride out.
So we're going to start Chukka number 5 with a penalty for 60 yards. And, I'm pretty sure he will not waste this opportunity. The 6th goal of Mackenzie Weisz, getting his pony into a very nice, calm little canter. Another beautiful pony he's riding on. Look how calm she is. And again, when he takes the shot, the head barely moves. He put this one slightly out to the left.
No, I think it's going to be just in there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, look, a little angle on there when you see it coming through. But it's going to go. They're going to count it. They drop it just inside, looks like.
Okay.
So Mackenzie, 100% from the penalty line.
Yeah, and that's his third goal of the afternoon. So 7 goals to 5, a 2-goal advantage. Let's just have a look here. Well, the last time there was a 2-goal advantage, the shoe was on the other foot. That was at the end of Chukka number 2. Travieso was leading by 4 goals to 2. Tonkawa now blossoming and opening up and making it a hard afternoon, a bit of hard work at the office here for Travieso, but don't just write them off just yet. Still plenty of polo to be played here, but what you don't want to be doing is giving Tonkawa that's so much space so they can just play the ball whichever way they want. And look at this, and that will go. I mean, how does he do it? How does he do it?
Yeah, one's saying in, the goal judge saying in. We're going to take a look at it here. We got some drone footage. Let's see if we can get, Austin's usually dead on some of these right here. This is a long shot, though, so we might not get a good look from the drone, but let's take a look. You make call, guys, on this one. That ball was hit very high. Let's see where it lands.
Yeah?
Where did it land?
Right by the goal judge.
Right by him, so it got to be in there. And hang on a minute. We're going to get a check on it.
Okay, so while Dale goes off to have a closer look at this, once again, frame by frame, which is what we can do here, of course. Mr. Mannix, I believe, he was just questioning that. Now, this would be a good time as any, really, to make that or pull that trigger on the challenge. And, of course, we will be able to break that down. Dale's now just having a look at it frame by frame in all the different speeds from slow, medium to fast. Now, of course, in the rule book, it does say that the mounted official can always overrule the decision by the goal judge. The goal judges have also been very, very on a very high level here all season long. But, you know, sometimes when there's a lot of traffic, and especially when those balls come and you're looking into the sun, so it's a fair comment to possibly challenge this. Now, as Dale was saying, remember, both teams only have 1 challenge per half, which cannot be brought over or carried forward. Again, from the book of Dale Schwetz, the risk-reward matrix as to when to pull that trigger on a challenge, because if it's overruled, that's it, it's gone. If it stands and they win their challenge, they retain that challenge. And we're only in Chukka number 5 and at the beginning of said Chukka number 5. So as you can see on your screen, a good 6 minutes remaining here in the penultimate Chukka. And then we have a 6th and final Chukka. So let's see how this pans out. I'm just going to put it out and say I think the ball might have just snuck in based on where the goal judge, and again, Dale picked up on that, where the goal judge was standing when that ball dropped. And you've got to imagine an imaginary line going up from the 2 goalposts, which are 24 feet apart. And a little bit like in American football, when you have a goal judge, when they take that extra kick, you've got the 2 umpires either side of the goal mouth just to make sure that that 4 eyes can see more than 2. So, but it looks like it's all being taken with a little bit of a smile on their face. And, well, if they're going to have a knock-in, and that would suggest, which I'm sure Dale will confirm, that the ball did go wide. So well done, Fred Mannix, for pulling the trigger on that challenge. Nothing ventured, nothing lost, or nothing gained. But in this case, definitely nothing lost. Calle, yep, a little bit too much there from Tommy Panelo. Thought he might just get away with it. So we will have a whistle on that play. As he was very quick, Tony Calle, to get himself exactly where he needed to be. Umpire Esteban Ferrari will drop that ball on the penalty on the halfway line, so a penalty 5B. And well, I'm sure he enjoys these challenges. Just not happy with the ball. Wants a different ball. Yeah, this is again that old superstitious element that most polo players have. I remember I got caught up in that as well. You put your left boot on first or your right boot on first. So it's there's a real ritual to most of these polo players. And now then, Fred Mannix to see if he can pick up, well, at least a pass that could land in the danger zone for Travieso to pick up a much-needed goal here in the second half. They haven't scored yet. The last time they scored was in Chukka number 3, and that was a Vercellino penalty 2. That ball not quite picked up or met by one of his teammates. Looks like this is going to go against Travieso and in favor of Tonkawa. Let's have another look at it. Here it comes from the halfway line. A big, big ball from Fred Mannix. It drops. And then you see once again, very quickly coming across from right to left with Vercellino, already established on the line, Tommy Panelo. Dale, tell us.
Yeah, we checked it out. Looked like a great shot. When, you know, actually, I'm going to tell you, I thought it was in, but
so did I.
But the captain of the team who hit it said it was wide.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. And that was Nero. So, you know, just common courtesy to the players.
Yep.
They'll go ahead. I would have called it in on the screen. Very close, very close.
Right.
And Nero might have had it over the post.
Yeah.
So, hey, good sportsmanship. You can, you know. But that's where we have it. We had the opportunity to trigger that, everybody. Just so you know, we were looking at it. That's where we're taking a little time. It was very close. He hit it so high. But he's the captain, and if he wants to call wide, then that's sportsmanship. So thank you, Juan Martin Nero. You know, well, play on.
This is one of the reasons why we call it the sport of kings.
Yes, and he's a true sportsman. So we love when the players do get involved like that, especially in the World Polo League.
So back down to the action, and Jeff Hildebrand. Well, he's got the ball, and he'll snap that one. Look at that, perfectly played. All overruns, but he's got Tommy Panelo there. Panelo on the near side to finish. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to give it up to Jeff. Jeff laid that ball up.
Again, Jeff, no, getting involved all over the place. I love when they get into the four-man rotation with Jeff, and then the two tangolers working hard together, and when they get physical, they get physical. They get physical. I love when the tangolers get physical.
Yep.
Yeah, because then they get rocking and rolling. They're really playing off each other really well right now. Travieso's got to get it rolling.
They certainly do, because they're down by 3. It's 8-5. We're in the 5th chukka. 4 minutes remaining to be played here in said 5th chukka. And once again, it looks like the green machine Tonkawa have won the throw-in. Tommy Panelo. Panelo now will hammer that one downfield. Look at that rotation. This time it is the turn of Juan Martin Nero. One touch.
Boom.
Chakalaka.
20 goals on fire. What a play.
What a play.
Perfect play. Panelo's got, you already see Nero running, number 4 on the far left side. And that's a pretty pass. Lays it right down there. And boom.
Yep. He took the goal judge with him.
Right between the goal judge's leg. And then a big shot to them. They've done a great job this year. Trace here, timekeeper, always keeping things rolling out there. Does a great job that is a big job.
Huge.
And a huge job. And they go through training for that, and also they wear helmets. Some of them wear flat jackets if they want. And Tracy does a fantastic job keeping all that rolling. So great job.
Yeah.
This season here, 2025 Grand Champions Polo Club.
Yeah, and not only that, Dale, let's also give it up to Tracy for also making the prize presentation table look so beautiful with the flowers and the arrangement. She spends a lot of time putting those together. So well done, and thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, it's a team effort. Well done. Great job. And
So,
Here we go. Well, change in the weather.
What?
9 to 5.
Oh, I see.
You said you're a music person. Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton, absolutely.
Okay.
You know,
Are you excited? You're not going to be here.
I'm not, but I'm hoping you keep me posted, Dale. But I will be tuning in at CTV Sports when I'm back in
For
Europe.
the World Pro League Pride?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm really, this has been a big part of what we do here. And we condense it. That's also we do the Pride with the beach polo.
Yep.
So be ready for that. That's going to be in November.
Correct.
Yep. And if you got to get on that, go to Miami Beach Polo and get your tickets now, because that is a sellout.
Yeah, it certainly is.
My Lord, it's been so much fun. It was in April, of course, and we moved it to November. And the weather is amazing during that time. Miami is just phenomenal. And I'm saying that's a big ticket. So, but we also work the Pride in there, the World Polo League Beach Polo Pride, and so that makes it a 4-day event.
Now, if you've not been, I can only advise or sincerely urge you to come down and join that. It's definitely it should be on any polo player's bucket list to go and enjoy that. And it's all. I mean, the setting itself, Dale, it's breathtaking.
Yeah,
breathtaking.
Yeah. The setting there, and then they've done such an amazing job with the conditions with the field that the polo has been just so fast because the footing is professionally done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually don't play when they play on the beach, but they bring in
A mesh,
the
yeah.
mesh, yeah, because to play on the beach sand. But when you have that ocean right there behind you, and in Miami with the fire and the energy, wow.
Here we go then, 3:30 on the clock. And 3 goals in it at the moment. It is 3-0 as it stands here in Chukka number 5. So Tonkawa, a little bit of a slow start, but then once they got going, it's been very much the Tonkawa show. I'd like to see a little bit more here from this young man. He's so good. And
right there.
Yeah.
Snap. Pipe.
That's it.
Let's go.
Yep.
All right. That's what they want. Give some love. Got to get going here. Great job by Pipe. He's going to take this ball, and he finds the open space. That's all he does. He just wants to find open space, make sure nobody's in front because he can score from anywhere. And look at this. He drives that. That is perfection, man.
Yeah.
Man.
He's another one of those players. He's 7 goals. I would not be surprised.
I know, but he sometimes, I mean, yeah. I mean, 7. In heaven. No, but he's just versatile. He can do all kinds of things on the field. I love his style.
And, well, they've got a bit of a run at the moment. Let's have a look if Juan Martin Zubia can pick up another goal. That would definitely take the sting out of the tail here. After Tonkawa will be doing so much hard work. But left again.
Bad luck there.
Yeah.
Zubia coming in. It looked like he was going to take it down for a goal, but it's going to be Tomas.
Panelo out to the right-hand side. Vercellino, just knows when to duck a little bit because those balls can be painful. And Zubia.
Going 100 miles an hour, too.
Yes.
That ball was.
Picked up now by Mannix. Zubia,
wow.
Yeah, very quickly turning on a sixpence, or as you would say, a dime. And once again, Mannix working it. He's another one of those fighters. He just keeps toiling away. Oh, that's a clever play from Mannix to Zubia. And we've got 2 to choose from. Zubia now will drill that one up to the front. Calle, Tony, well, he deserves a goal, that's for sure. But it's just that last man at Tonkawa. They have been doing such a great job in defense. Whether it's Panelo or Nero, that seems to always be the final hurdle, which Travieso are struggling to overcome. Hildebrand tops the ball. And look at this. Panelo. Elegance in motion. Mannix trying to keep up with the 10-goaler. Well, he's done enough. Hildebrand couldn't pick it up on the near side. Pipe back on their own front door. Now, where's he going to play this one to? You can see Mannix going up on the boards, but no, he's going to send it over to the other side of the field, where Zubia has a little bit more space to work in. We're down to the last minute of play. 6-9. Left for Pipe Vercellino. If they can pick up another quick goal here before they go into the 6th and final Chukka, I'm sure that would please everybody at Travieso.
Yeah, they need to work one down here, and that's what they're doing. They're just setting up, knowing they got 30 seconds left. Try not to give the Green Machine an opportunity to go back and score another. Woo, everybody coming in hot there. But it looks clean to me.
Yeah.
If they go darn call, I mean, I know Tony wants it, but you got one player on the right, you got Hildebrand on the left, and Tomas steals it on the near side, which is a clean steal. So good non-call.
Once again, Juan Martin Nero down to the last few seconds. He's found Mackenzie Weisz. Panelo going up, just shot past your screen there. Down to the last few seconds here. They're going to have to be very quick. Pipe Vercellino, is he within range? I think they're just going to run out of time, Dale. So 3-1 is how we leave Chukka number 5. Tonkawa in a very comfortable position. 9 goals to 6. Stay with us. We'll be right back for Chukka number 6.
World Polo League is back.
Polo school is the funnest thing I've become involved with in the last year of my life.
Give me the confidence to be able to play an event in beach polo, Miami Beach, and snow polo in Aspen.
Our dedicated instructors have years of polo experience and are CHA certified.
It's important to us to come back and have a really good experience.
Every time you leave the gates from the polo school, you're hungry for more.
have an opportunity. Santos Bellini gonna fire one from 60. Oh, off the post.
Welcome back. Sixth Chukka action, the World Polo League's Triple Crown of Polo. And Tonkawa at the moment very much in control here, picking up 3 goals to 1 only by Travieso. Dale.
Yeah, let's break it down. First chukker, 2-1 Travieso as they came out the door. Pipe on the penalty 6. Juan Martin from the field. 1 goal by Nero. Second chukker, 4-1. 1 goal by Zubia again, and then another one by Mannix, and then 1 goal by Weisz, and that made it 4-2. Then it went into the battle, and Tonkawa just turned it up. They got a penalty 3 by Mackenzie Weisz. They got 2 goals by Tomas Panelo. They came in with 5 goals. Another penalty 2 by Vercellino. He's 100% from the pen line. 5-5 at halftime. Fourth chukker, defensive battle. Only 1 chukker. 1 goal was scored by Panelo, making it 6-5. And then watch out when Tonkawa turns it on because they get a penalty 4 by Mackenzie in the 5th. 1 by Panelo, 1 by Nero. That brings them to 9. Only 1 goal scored by Vercellino. 9-6. And great job by Jeff Hildebrand in the 5th. Hooking, bumping, and facilitating the ball.
Yes.
Which that's a added dimension to their game.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, barely have they come back out of that first throw-in, and we have our first whistle on the play. Yeah, a lot going on there.
Yeah, a lot going on. You might get a 1 in here. Yeah, you might get a 1. You're going to get a penalty 1.
Yeah.
I believe. And, yeah, you're going to get a penalty 1. All right, so goal down in front. Remember the penalty 1, and basically penalty 1 is a penalty in front in the vicinity of the goal to save a goal.
Right.
So if a team fouls in the vicinity of the goal, and that could be, 30 yards in pretty much, and they give an automatic goal, and then the big thing is they change directions, and you get that ball from the center. So here you go, Travieso. This is exactly what they needed, Jan.
Absolutely, and Mannix will try and drill that one as close as he can to that front door of Tonkawa. But again, look at that last line of defense, so solid on the boards. In comes Mackenzie Weisz, but surrounded by 3 Travieso players, and he's taken on all 3 of them, and this looks like a very nice pass if Jeff can get onto this, and he can. Good first touch from Hildebrand. Now then, the finish.
Oh, well done, Jeff. Taken off the doorstep.
Saved on the
good
line.
Polo by both teams.
Very good polo.
Fun to watch, man. I'm enjoying myself.
But not only that, Mackenzie Weisz taking on 3 defenders and finding that perfect pass, as you would say, the pretty pass. Unlucky there for Jeff Hildebrand.
No, just great polo.
Yeah.
You know, both games, both teams, just great passing, fantastic horses.
And look at this, Calle, nicely done. Mannix nearly picked it up on the full or the half volley. At least the ball was not easy to control. Now then, Zubia on the near side leaves it for Vercellino.
Oh, what a play.
Yeah, that's a great play. Now let's see if Tony can do something here. It'll have to be magical. Well, he got a piece of it. It's in the danger zone, and what a way to finish. Fred Mannix picks it up, but you've got to give it up there for Tony Calle.
Well, let's just start with Zubia on the drop to Pipe. Watch, this is brilliant right here. He's got 2 men with him. Drop it right to Vercellino. He's going to go hit 1 time. Bang. He knows that he's got Calle downfield. Off to the left side. Tony does a great job here, though, just snapping it kind of straight back.
Yeah.
Perfect play for Fred. What a finish. Good team goal by Travieso.
Yeah, indeed. Probably one of the best goals we've seen this afternoon.
Great teamwork. We've seen, but just great teamwork by both teams all day. I mean, using everybody, not just one man running through everybody trying to be the man, just using the horsepower, moving the ball.
And look at this. All of a sudden, it's just 1 goal in it. As Tonkawa now feeling that Travieso, they're going to put all hands on deck here and put everything into the mix. So this is an interesting, and as you said, Dale, 5th and or 6th chukka will be the make or break time. Once again, Juan Martin Zubia, they need to keep a very close eye on the clock. And that's a nice ball here for Calle if he can get it before Nero does. And yeah, that's it. You see, that is exactly why he is so good at what he does.
Change of field.
Yeah.
They use it. They use that play a lot, and it's worked well for him. Looks like he's going one way, and he goes the other. Mackenzie read it perfect.
Back to Panelo. Tommy Panelo now Will he get his team Tonkawa into double figures? 4.5 minutes remaining. We've got one more courtesy change coming up.
Oh, the thievery play.
Yeah.
Well done, Panelo. And they're looking for Nero.
Yeah, at the front door. And now back to Juan Martin Zubia under the neck. Now that's good because they've caught Tonkawa on the rotation. So this could be a little bit of an advantage. Juan Martin Nero right behind, up to the front, looking for Pepe Vercellino. Now, did that come off a player?
Now they're going for it, though.
Yeah.
There's some great ride-offs, and they are blocking. Now, that ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to take us to our final courtesy change of the day. So get ready for some of these horses. Good shot here, Fred. Mannix, he said he kind of mixed it up a little bit here today, some of his horses. He had the Alberta Peroni he just played, the black mare right here, coming off. And he's going to jump on one of Pablo McDonough's breed, Aranita Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing a lot of different breeds here. Nice shot here, Fred. And, well, that penalty won to change the game, won't it?
Totally.
I mean,
Totally.
you got to watch out for the ones these days because of the ability to switch directions and get that possession in the middle. And we see a lot of times in the well, a lot of polo, but especially in the World Polo League, because of the high level of polo it is, that when a team gets possession again, and it's such a great positive feeling to get that goal and get the possession when you're down, because you're just like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? If they get another goal, I mean, they come out, Tonkawa comes out and scores first here when they're down by 3, and they got a 4-goal lead. It's a big difference. You know?
Yep.
I mean, that extra goal, even the 3-goal lead is more comfortable. Now, you know, they got it down where, you know, it's going to come to horsepower here. So let's see. You're going to see 8 of the top horses, I'm for sure, in this one. And you might see a couple players even switch again if this thing gets into a full-bore running game. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun.
Yes, indeed.
Good luck to the teams. Good luck to both teams. Fantastic match.
And let me just remind everybody out there that on Thursday, the 17th of April, which is in, what day is it today? Tuesday, isn't it? I keep forgetting. No, it's Monday. It's Monday Fun Day. There you go. Just testing, Dale. It's Monday Fun Day, doubleheader. Thursday. So in 3 days' time, Thursday, the 17th of April, 11 o'clock, Tonkawa will be playing.
You know what's on Tuesdays?
Well, Tuesdays.
Come on.
Yes, exactly.
Sunset, Chuckers, and cocktails.
And I want to miss that. I wouldn't want to miss that for the world.
Oh, man.
I know, Dale.
Come on, man.
All right. Just
here we go. Let's finish this one up. This is going to be a good finish. 3:52, anybody's game.
Now then, let's see what Panelo can do with this pass that he got from Juan Martin Nero. You can see Travieso will be standing very deep, want to force an error, want to try and get possession very quickly. That one little goal is what they need. Calle, well done. That's half the rent, but not all the rent. And that ball, if that goes the way it's going, and Jeff Hildebrand can get onto this before Mannix can. Zubia, they all come back very quickly. Mannix, well done. Outplayed Panelo. And that's the give and go. Back up to the front. A little bit too short for Calle. Unlucky, but look how quickly Fred was right up there again.
Yeah, but McDonough breed, he's got some speed. Looks so much like Pablo's breed, too. It's amazing, the ones he rides. It's great to see that.
Panelo looking for and finding Juan Martin Nero.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's it.
And that's not an easy goal, man. He's just phenomenal. He's butter again. This is just one of these goals. What can you say? I mean, Panelo's going to find Nero, and they play power polo. So they love the hit and run, and that's a perfect play. They've done a great job on the rotation. Fantastic finish here. That's going to give them 2 goals, but they're good. No, it's not over now. 2:25, a goal a minute, no problems. Here we go. You want possession, Pipe.
Absolutely. Vercellino. Let's see if he can bring it back down to just that one goal. Vercellino needs a bit of help. He's got Zubia, but Nero's come back as well. Juan Panelo. I thought they might do a little switcheroo there. Mannix knows he's got to allow him a little bit of space to make the play. He does. Down the boards. And Jeff. Everything he touches turns to gold.
Look at this Roger Jeffs.
Yeah.
This is a speedster, too.
Absolutely. And not only that, that's two very good touches.
Look at
the
this.
third.
Go for the finish, Jeff.
And now, come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff.
That's okay. Woo! They got it down in the hole here, but they need to go to coast to coast now. They got to go coast to coast run, 137 on the clock, and based on timing, coming back and forth to the bowl end. So Travieso needs to work this one. What a steal.
Yes.
Another thievery play by Panelo.
Yep, and Panelo, well, wait for it. He's got space. He's got a bit of a bouncing ball, and that ball will be saved by... No, it won't.
Oh, bad luck. Pipe's trying to get there.
Yeah.
He was almost there, but Panelo, he has been a thievery player today because he has stolen 3 or 4 balls and then turned them in to some great shots on goal. Fantastic Polo.
Yeah, his
10 goals all day. Might be playing 11 today.
Yeah. His 5th of the match. And as you can see now, they're just running out of time. I do feel for Travieso.
Oh, man, play a great game. The clock's going to work against them here as the clock goes tick, tick, tick. So, but they played a great match. See if they can finish one out here. They'd have to get some really good luck. And right now, Tonkawa knows they're going to want to run out of time.
Yeah, but be nice for them, nevertheless, to finish on a high. As Panelo, look at that, 2 men. Yeah, they're going to give this one, and I like that. I like that very much.
Great sportsmanship.
Yes, very good sportsmanship.
And also better not just to foul and not have any answer. Well, so well done so that Tony would get the final goal, Calle.
So, last few seconds, but I think it's fair to say that the final score then, 11 goals to 9. We'd like to congratulate. They're making it 2-0. Well done, Jeff Hildebrand, Mackenzie Weisz, Tommy Panelo, and Juan Nero. Here then, Dale, are your final match stats.
Yeah, let's watch them. Look at this. 22 shots were from Travieso, only 12 from Tonkawa, and Tonkawa's going to win this game by 2 goals. So percentages are big. Knock-ins, over 13 knock-ins Tonkawa took. That's how many times Travieso missed a goal. It's not hard to tell why they lost today. They just got to get better shots. And, you know, this is good. The stats are so good for the teams because they figure that out, and then they go back because there's a lot going on in this final Triple Crown. So we're working towards the finals. Jan, great match. We want to thank Jeff Hildebrand and the Tonkawa Polo Farm for a beautiful setting today. And any last words?
Just to remind everybody, tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock, Sunset Chukkas and Cocktails, and make sure to tune in Thursday, the 17th of April, 11 o'clock. Tonkawa will be on your screens again, this time taking on the mighty Casablanca.
For Jan Eric Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports when I say thank you for making us the leaders in polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.